And good afternoon. You are looking live at Washington, D.C. Welcome to the Hammerdown Roadshow, where we put the pedal to the metal. And we talk trends, tech, and tunes. I'm here in D.C. today. Got 2 in 1 week. Feel like I'm on a campaign trail, as my buddy Fletch would say. What are you running for Congress? Not really. We're in D.C. today. We got a customer dinner and customer meetings this afternoon. So we got a little break in the action. I thought I would take some time coming up on Memorial Day. Talk about trends, tech, and tunes. I'm standing right outside the World War II Memorial here in D.C. President Bush Jr. This is one of the things he commissioned when he was president, I believe in his first term. Wanted to take care of those veterans that were aging at the time and get them something in their lifetime to commemorate their service. And all of those who have served, thank you for your service to this great country. Here today, one of the trends we talk about is we were asked by a good reseller partner of ours and a couple of customers, where do you guys get your information from? So we follow quite a few different sources. Had the fortune yesterday of running into one of them, Fierce Biotech, Fierce Health. But we follow a lot of legislation. So Troy Amen, our field CISO extraordinaire. We've got a whole government affairs team. Shout out to them. They do a nice job of finding interesting things that are going to impact our business and where we need to focus for cybersecurity to help those customers out. One of the most powerful pieces of legislation, normally we get a bunch of nonsense. You're like, why did they pass this? But in the hospital, when you think of how many beds are in a hospital, whether it's a critical care access hospital to a massive health system, it's anywhere from 200 beds, let's call it, to they're responsible for 5, 6, 8, 10,000 beds. There's 15, 16 devices on each one of those beds that go and provide patient care. And what's interesting about that is all of those devices are made by a major OEM or somebody that does something specific within the business. And when they build that, it's got to be tested and regression tested, and then the FDA approves it. That process is 3.5 years. And everybody that's in the tech business knows that certain OEMs, they want to keep up and fix their software and make it run faster and smoother. So what happened last December was the Patch Act was passed. And the Patch Act has two sides of that coin. One is that the medical device manufacturers are going to have a variety of different requirements to have their device certified for deployment within a hospital. Well, it's awesome. It's one of those advances that's going to be revolutionary for ensuring patient safety. And some of the OEMs that we've talked to and had long relationships with are really excited as well about that. And the flip side of that is when we talk connected medical, it's something that we've been dealing with for, 6 or 7 years to protect those devices, but the providers are going to have to have a detailed inventory. So we've got a great relationship with a lot of the visibility partners in our ecosystem, Order, Medigate, Assembly, Armis, Scenario. If I forgot anybody, put your comments in the chat. Some of the technology we use, and we'd love to sit down and talk about it, but our flagship FortiGate firewall, our FortiGate Extender, that gives us some visibility into some of those devices, out of band management. If you're a customer that's in the medical device space, and we've talked to 20 of about 150 that provide that, but we're deep with some of these, so we appreciate the partnership on what time and we're going to invest in that technology. But from the visibility side, the Order, the Medigate, the Assembly, the Armis, they go and they understand every one of these devices all the way down to the BIOS level. So if there is an event or critical vulnerability on those devices, they do a great job of indexing that, and our job between FortiGate and FortiNAC is to enforce that policy. So if you're a customer looking to go and protect that environment, this market's maturing. We've been talking about it for maybe 4 years. In my past life, we were talking about it with customers and it was immature, but in the last 2 years, that's one of our 4 pillars of healthcare, and it's really matured quickly. Today, one of the, since I'm in DC, there's been some concerts here and some cool things, but I think one of the things that, if you're a true grunger, the band today is the Presidents of the United States, and they had 2 songs. One was Lump, and the other was Peaches. And for those of you that are younger, it's when MTV actually played music videos, and a long time ago. Now, anybody that is from that generation, you're going to sit there all day and you're going to have those 2 songs stuck in your head. So you're welcome. If you got something different, you want to throw something in the chat. But what we did when we took the kids here a few years back was we took a tour of the monuments. at night on bikes. It was like the most cool thing we did on that trip. We still talk about it today. We did a lot of cool things, a lot of history here, government bureaucracy, all kinds of other stuff. But if you're a fan, throw in the comments, if you've been to DC, even if it's on a field trip, what was the coolest thing that you've done? So listen, appreciate all the fans. You know, like it, tell your friends, tell your mom, share it, put the hammer down, pedal to the metal. And if you want to talk connected medical or embedded, if you're a reseller, you're a customer, let's sit down and talk about it. We got a great team here: Troy, myself, Tom, Eric, Nate, Dave, Sean, and led by Mr. Walkie Talkie, Sean Riley. So listen, have a great day.